Okay, this is a good and a kind of challenging questions to some students, and I'm going to be taking my time to actually show you how to draw a probability tree diagram and to answer questions under it. So move straight to the question. A bag contains 3 red balls and 5 blue balls. If 3 balls were picked one after the other at random, what is the probability of picking? Then we have questions under it, just as you can see on your screen. So the first thing we need to do is to move straight and actually draw our probability tree. So let's start. Remember, from the first pick, remember we have 3 picks, but we have 2 different things. Now, from the first pick, you can have good. You can have being pick a red, or you can have a blue. All right. Now, being that you've made your first pick, now this is what you should take note of. You can have a second pick, okay, which can either be a red or a blue. Good. Now, being that you've picked a blue, you can have a second pick of being a red or a blue. Now, being that you've picked a red and a red in the first pick, you can have a pick also, all right, where you can have a red or a blue. Good. Now, being that you've actually picked a blue in this case, you can still have what? Still, you can have a red or a blue. The same thing here, you can have a red or a blue. The same thing down here, you can pick a red or a blue. Good. I've drawn my 3. Now, it is left for me to bring out my possibilities or the way I pick them. You see, bringing it out, you can have the first one, you can have a red, a red, a red. The second one, you can have a red. See, you are picking it. This is a red, then a blue. That is how I'm going to pick all of them. Now, look, I can pick a red, a blue, and a red. So a red, a blue, and a red. The same thing you do for all of them. Good. Doing it well, you can see that I have 8 possibilities. Now, I can then go straight and start answering my questions. Now, the first question, picking the same color. Can you see it now? Picking the same color. So, I'm going to come here. For me to pick the same color, it is either I pick a red, or I have to pick a blue, a blue, a blue. You can actually solve this question without drawing the tree diagram, but it's important you know how to do it, okay? So, having done this, now what is the probability of picking a red? You have to come down to this. Now, look at, for the red, you have 3, and for the blue, you have 5. So the total is 8. So probability of picking a red is actually 3/8. Then probability of picking a blue is actually 5/8. So we have this now. So we come to this place to actually work out and get our answer. Now, probability of picking a red, picking the first one being red, remember, red is 3/8, is 3/8. Now, remember, it is without replacement that we are assuming now. So, probability of picking the next red, being that we've picked a red in the first one, the number of reds will reduce by 1 and the total will reduce by 1. So, this is going to be 2/7. Now, if you've picked 2 reds, the total of reds have reduced by 2, and the total as a whole, which is 8, has now reduced by 2. So you are going to have 1/6. The same thing you are going to do in this case of picking blue, which for blue we have 5/8, times 4 over 7 times 3 over 6. This is what you are going to have. So you work it out, all right? In this case, of course, here I'm going to have 6 over 336, then plus, now when we come to this place, I think we are going to have 60 over 336. Now why I decided to do so, because I want to have a common denominator, which is 336. I refuse to shorten from the beginning. Now this is going to be 66 over 336. Then we have to reduce it to the lowest term so that we can have 11 over 56. So this is the answer. Okay, so we move to the second question. The second question says two reds and a blue. Now they didn't give us any order. They just told us two reds and a blue. So we can actually have two reds and a blue. Where do we have two reds and a blue? We have one here. Good. We have another one here. I think two reds and a blue. Okay, good. We have another one here. Those are the only possibilities. So we come down, we have red, red, blue. So Roman figure 2, we have red, red, blue, or we can have red, blue, red, or we can have blue, red, red. This is what we are going to have. So picking a red, from the first one being red, is going to be 3 over 8 times the next one being red is going to be 2 over 7. Then of course picking blue now is going to be 5 over 6. Now I want to believe you understand the rationale, because we've not picked blue, but we've picked two reds from the beginning. So the total has reduced by 2, but the number of blue hasn't reduced. So this is what we have. Then plus we are going to have 3 over 8. Then times we are going to have 5 all over 7. Then times we are going to have 2 all over 6. All right. Plus we are going to have 5 all over 8, then times we have 3 over 7 times 2 over 6. Now if you can check, they are all the same thing, so you can just pick one and multiply by 3, or you can just do it simple as having this is 30 over 336 plus 30 over 336 plus 30 over 336. Now this, it will give us 90 over 336, which we can actually reduce to be equal 15 over 56. So we are done with that. So we've gotten that. And the last one says first two are blue. First two are blue. All right. Now, since we've been told that first two are blue, this will be the possibilities. Okay, it's either you have blue, blue, blue. Of course, first two are blue in this case, or you have blue, blue, red. This is the meaning of first two are blue, because they didn't give us any restriction, no any order. They just say first two are blue. All right. So that is the only order given to us anyway. So blue, picking blue, we have 5 all over 8 times 4 over 7 times 3 over 6. Good. Plus we are going to have 5 over 8 times 4 over 7, but this time around is going to be times yeah, it's still 3 over 6. Yes, what a coincidence. Okay, it's a very good question. So let's see it. It's going to be 60 all over 336 plus 60 over 336, which will now give us 120 over 336. When we reduce it, our answer will be 5 all over 14. So it's actually a very cheap question. All right, you can go over it, multiple times, so that you really understand what this question is talking about. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.